Sorry.
Is he coming?
No. I just took my glasses. Okay.
Okay, very good.
Now you're good.
Okay. So thanks for coming out. I'm sure more people will be coming and going throughout the afternoon. We've got some treats and stuff happening back here. I'm Chris, who knows anybody doesn't know me. I don't know if anybody doesn't know me. I'm one half of Land Sharks. Helen is the other half. So today we actually have something kind of unusual and different going on, which is actually really cool.
Unusual is a really good word.
That's how we're often described.
Yeah, so that's
Just the fact that you're open on Sunday.
So we have Jim and Chris and Jay from Caching in the Northwest. They run a podcast, which is they do weekly. If you haven't seen their, well, they do it live with a video recording, and then they have the podcast itself, which you can listen to later. If you haven't seen it, you should at least make an effort to go and check it out. There's some cards and information and stuff here. It's much different than a lot of the podcasts because they put a lot of effort into it. A lot of effort. Really, it's true. You can watch and you see videos and you can hear podcasts, and some of them are kind of just slapped together. But this is, although it's slapped together with thought
And love.
and love.
And love.
Because they have some really neat guests. Like Brian from Groundspeak was on there a couple of weeks ago, and they always have really interesting guests. I know I've been on there.
We have interesting guests and the Land Sharks.
Yeah. So they're going to run a live podcast during the event here. So, but they also want to talk to anybody who would like to talk. So I'd like to interview if you're up for just a little quick interview, a little quick chat with these guys, and being on the podcast. Then please just let them know, and that's what we'll do.
And we're ready to start the podcast unless you have anything else that you wanted to
No, we're going to make sure over the afternoon. Make sure you get a ticket. We're going to hand out some tickets for some door prizes. So these guys brought some things, and we have some things, and we'll hand out some door prizes a little bit later on. And there are some treats and baking, and what else we got back there? Other fun things, I guess. Other things to eat back in the back end of here. Washrooms over there. Help yourself to that if you need to. Otherwise, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, floor is stocked.
Okay. Have fun.
Awesome.
Cool.
Cue the music.
All right.
So the funny thing about this is you don't all get to hear what they hear. But it's not that strange.
Oh, it is that strange. Wait, you don't hear the music?
No.
Well, hello and welcome to Caching in the Northwest, the foremost podcast from the birthplace of geocaching in the great Pacific Northwest. Each week we're going to talk about caches and cachers from here and all around the globe. So, while you're busy Christmas shopping, we'll be caching in the Northwest.
So you don't have to be quiet. They have directional microphones, so if they're talking, you can
That's
talk.
right. Now, this is a very different episode from what we normally do. We are live at Landshark headquarters right here in beautiful Victoria.
That's right, and it's time to bring in our American guests. Some say they travel on ferries in inclement weather, and others say they could just swim, really. But
What could go wrong?
all we know is they're called Wits End and Chris of the Northwest. Thanks, guys.
Really thrilled to be here. Great, Frank. Thanks for having us out.
Oh, so nice to be here. Yes. The ferry wasn't bad. There was nothing wrong with the ferry.
Yeah? Was it
Yeah.
a good swim?
That was, well, we almost did.
Okay, I'll tell you, my cell phone has magical properties that I was not aware of.
Yeah?
Because we were in the ferry, we were sitting there, we were chatting, and we noticed especially obvious if you looked across to the far side, the far cabin windows, the windows would be full sky and full water.
Oh, wow.
And full sky and full water. And every time, I kid you not, every time I pulled my phone out to document, videotape this,
Yeah.
the ship calmed down and smoothed right out. So we just decided to leave my phone on video camera the entire voyage and we'd be fine.
There you go.
Yeah, it didn't quite work that way, but it was close.
It was real close.
Awesome. Well, you know what? We also wanted to throw in at this point in time a quick reminder that we appreciate the support of our patrons who help to keep the podcast coming each and every week. If you want to know more about supporting the show, click the Patreon link on the cachingandw.com website. Now, I don't know where that link is because I'm not even on the camera right now.
No, here.
But all right, here. So yeah, look over there or over there somewhere. There's going to be the Patreon link. Click on it. We appreciate your support. And,
Hold on, while I manually hand the camera back.
Oh, okay. There you go.
How smooth.
Panning.
How smooth. Here I am.
All right. So
So this is the part of the show where we say we want to hear your glows.
Right.
Whether you read it or whether you wrote it. But you know what we're going to do?
No.
We're going to save that for a little later in the show.
Okay.
Because we want to hear the caching adventures of the people that are here.
So we've got about, so because you can't see it if you're watching this podcast, or listening to this podcast even, we've got about 30 plus people all milling around here at Land Sharks HQ. Look like they're having a pretty good time. Lots of snacks, lots of all kinds of cool stuff here. Yeah, saw a few comments popping up there. No flailing arms at the start. It was a little tricky because normally my co-hosts have their headphones on and they can hear everything going on. Today, I'm the only one with headphones on, so I'm messing with them and having a lot of fun at this, actually, really.
As far as we know, there wasn't any real music.
Yeah, well, you know what? Don't tell them. If you see Chris and Jim later, don't tell them what I played instead of the normal theme music.
And you thought Canadians were always good.
We are, to ourselves. All right. So hey, yeah, we're gonna skip the glow. Let me reach across here and take a look. Where we're at. What do we want to talk about?
Well, first of all, I want to acknowledge all the Chris's in the room. Are there any Chris's in the room? Who's a Chris? A version of a Chris? A Chris? A Christy? Christine?
There we go.
Because
We've got.
we got one here. There's a Chris.
Okay.
We're just acknowledging all the Chris's in the room.
Christy, come on over and say hi, Christy. It's Christy from the Land Sharks. Say hi.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going really well. So, Christy, what do you do here at the Land Sharks?
I am the office manager for the Land Sharks.
That sounds really important. What does it mean?
I do everything behind the scenes.
So,
we appreciate
Chris and
it.
Helen are for show. Christy does all the work.
You don't have to say that. We'll say it for you.
Christy, we had a great time at Geo Coin Fest. You came down and hung out with us. Do you want to take the microphone for you? Tell us maybe your favorite part?
So Geo Coin Fest was a lot of fun. We went down and we
The Geo Coin Fest event? I think they just call it the Geo Coin Fest event.
yeah. So it was great to see everybody. And always running into new and old friends there.
Yes, absolutely. Good stuff. Thanks, Christy. You're a good sport. So that's one of our Chris's. That's Christy from the Land Sharks. So we also have Chris of the NorthWest.
Hello.
Who is acting as Santa for us today. Thank you. Good stuff.
Oh, let's see. There's.
Chris Brew.
I know
MC3
four
Cats.
Chris's. Yeah. And I didn't know if there were any more. And I thought,
My favorite geocaching rapper, MC3 Cats.
Exactly.
Wouldn't be a podcast if I didn't say that.
I'm not a Chris, but I'm still here.
You are. It's good to see you. And you are wearing that awesome hat of yours. What's the technical name or the correct name for that hat?
It's a Miesbacher hat. It's a German Bavarian style hat.
Miesbacher.
Yeah, the most what people want to know about is the Gamsbach. So that's it. It's a Gamsbach, which translates to goat's beard.
Ah.
It's basically a hunting trophy historically. The larger the Gamsbach, the more successful a hunter you've been historically. So you have greater status in your community.
Well, you do have great status in our community.
Well,
So.
sometimes.
So that also works for hunting geocaches.
Of course, yes. We hunted geocaches today, actually.
Yes, we did.
We got off the Blackball Ferry in the beautiful Victoria Harbor and immediately set out to finding geocaches. And you know what we found?
No, I don't.
That, well, we've always known that Canadians are super polite. They also seem to all know about geocaches.
Why is
Because
that?
we were on the grounds of the Parliament building looking for cache. And a constable came around on her patrol with her dog. And she said, "Oh, yeah, you guys don't look suspicious at all. You're geocaching." Turns out she's a geocacher. She knows where all the geocaches around the Parliament building are and actually checks on them during her rounds.
That's awesome.
And then we went and found a cache not far from here in a rock wall, about 3 blocks away. I didn't even take your names on it yet.
Probably not.
And as we're looking, a car pulls up, rolls the window down, and says, "Do you want a hint? I already found it." So apparently everybody is not only polite here, but they also know all about geocaching and where they're all hidden.
Well, I think all Canadians are geocachers.
I think it's required.
Yeah, well, when we left the Black Ball Ferry and we're at the customs shack,
Right.
right? Because that's all it is. Right?
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, you're all together. An event today?" "Yes, we're geocaching." "Oh, I thought so." And just okay. We don't have to explain geocaching to anyone here.
Oh, that's awesome. That is fantastic. So you wanted
I'm looking for a couple of people. I know we have a couple of milestones today.
So who are we looking for?
We are looking for Wet Coaster and we're looking for Dora Moore.
Okay. So maybe we need to say it a little louder.
We're looking for Wet Coaster and Dora Moore. Dora Moore.
And Wet Coaster.
Dora Moore.
Here they come. They heard their names. Now they know they're in trouble.
You're celebrating a milestone today. Come on down.
Hello, everybody.
You gotta put it right up.
Oh, God, hate these. You know this.
I know how you feel.
This is why we did it.
We have something we want to say. We wish you a Merry Cashmas. We wish you a Merry Cashmas. We wish you a Merry Cashmas and a Happy New Year. We won't DNF here. We won't have a DNF here. We won't have a DNF here. Hitting them all.
Hooray! All right. So Dormar, you just celebrated a milestone. What was it?
Number 4,900.
4,900. That's
Just
awesome.
in this 1 year.
It was going to be 5,000 this year,
5,000.
but I went to Cape Split.
There was a little incident with your leg.
My knee took the name literally.
Your knee took the name Cape Split literally,
Yeah.
and therefore
It split.
it's split. Okay. But 4,900 is still pretty darn good. It's very
4,900 was
impressive.
awesome. It was an awesome cache. It was Kev McDee's cache.
Okay. Yep. Why don't we?
Yeah.
It was which one?
Kev McDee's Ice Hot Rock and Roll.
Awesome. Very good. So, and that's over here in Victoria?
Yes.
Very cool.
In Esquimalt.
In Esquimalt, so very close by.
Oh, how about that?
There you
A
go.
local cache.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, coincidentally, 4,900 is also the number of items on her wish list from the Landshark store.
There you go. I think there may be about that many items here.
Yeah, I think so.
And you know there's another milestone.
We do. Wet Coaster. We were looking for him too.
I got one too.
Oh, and Patty.
Yes.
All right. Well, Patty, come on over. Take the microphone.
More
Patty.
milestones. Tell us about your milestone.
So what's your milestone, Patty?
9,800
9,800.
at the library.
Oh, a library cache. I love library caches,
Yes.
especially this time of year.
That's what we do. It helps if we got the right number to start with, so we kind of had to go back and recheck.
Yeah, check your
We
chords.
got it.
Nice. Very good. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So what's the next milestone going to be? I mean, okay, we know what the next number will be.
9801, yeah.
Do you have a cache picked out for your next milestone?
No, I never usually do.
Okay, just whatever's.
Comes along, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. Anyhow,
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well,
Pass this over to.
yep, pass it over to Gary. Wet Coaster, come on around.
Next milestone is from Wet Coaster. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, so you got a milestone today. What is
Yeah,
that?
this event will be fine number 3,000. Well, this event will be fine number 3,000.
3,000, that's a nice round number. Now, how long have you been caching?
All day.
A long time.
2014, I think.
Okay.
So I'm not, no, 2012, sorry, 2012.
2012, okay.
My account, I registered in 2007, but didn't find anything for the first 5 years.
Right, I remember that. Now that you mention it, yes. Well, great, 3,000 on this event.
Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations.
And another 6 will make 1,000 for this year.
Wow, 1,000 in a year.
That's pretty good.
Well,
You should be a podcaster.
well, last year we called in from my wife's event for fine number 2,000.
There you go.
So go ahead and call in for 3,000. Oh wait, you kind of are.
It works.
You wanted a story?
Yes.
Sure, go ahead.
This summer, when my wife came to visit Toronto, because I'm working there now, we invited a friend of hers to come caching with us, who had been a muggle with us for a previous find. So we told him, make an account. We go to Hyde Park in Toronto. There's a lot of caches there. It's a really nice area. We show up, and the very first cache we find is an FTF floater.
That's an awesome story.
We found 10 on the day. The last one was another FTF, and she did the tree climb.
Wow, that's hard to follow up on your second day. Wow, that's impressive. An FTF on your very first cache find.
It's going to be a small number of people for that one.
Yeah, exactly.
No kidding, eh?
Awesome.
Thank you very much, Dave. Awesome. Wet Coaster, congratulations on your milestone.
Thank you.
Many more ahead. And make sure to call them all in.
So for 3001, we want to call?
Yeah, that's right.
3002? No. Well, I have a milestone today as well.
Please tell us about it.
This is cache number 2800 for me. 2800 today.
Nice. Congrats, buddy.
Yay. Yay, catches. So my plan for the next one,
Yeah.
well, okay, I don't know.
There is no plan for
No, actually, I'm cheating a little bit. And I'll admit this out loud.
Okay.
I'm just going to log them out of order because we've already found other caches today, but I wanted this to be 2900. 2800.
He wanted to be 2,900.
I want it to be 2900.
So we're not going to find another 97 caches.
Busy. Come on.
Let's go. The ferry leaves at 4
If
o'clock.
we had everybody bring us 2 or 3 caches from the area,
Okay.
so we can sign them.
So bring the caches here to the event.
We could maybe just pre-sign all the logs out here on the pegboard, and then as they're deployed, you just claim it as a fund.
Okay.
That sounds like a great way to do it.
Now, if any of our listeners out there are celebrating legitimate milestones and not pre-signed retail logs, and you want them to call us in, tell us about them, how would they do that?
They would use a telephone. That's how you call in.
Really? What
Yeah.
numbers would they dial?
Then you dial 253-693-TFTC. That's 253-693-8382. I had to think.
Yeah. Good job.
You did the Canadian conversion.
Yeah, exactly.
What should I say?
Is there any other way they could contribute a log to us?
Well, they can always record it on their smartphone and email that into feedback@cashingnw.com. You know what? They're right there on the website because they're probably on the website already. Could be. Right? You're watching this live. Right there on the website, click the voicemail tool. You can use that right there on your phone. You can record it on your computer, all sorts of different ways. Send us your glow because we want to hear about it.
Now, what happens if somebody sends us a glow? What do they get anything in return for sending us a glow?
Yes, they do. And you know what? We should take this opportunity and announce what's going to happen.
Something special,
when you
exclusive,
send-
just for you listeners.
When you send us your first glow,
Yes.
you get the exclusive Caching in the Northwest glow badge for your geocaching.com profile.
Right. So we've been doing that for.
We've been doing it for a couple of years. And we thought, you know what?
No. What?
We should encourage people to send some more glows.
Okay. So how
So
do we do that?
what we're going to do is each year we're going to have a different Caching in the Northwest glow badge for their profile.
So you can collect glow badges.
Now you can collect the whole set, right? Well, as of January 1st, it will be 2. But it's a set then.
The entire set of 2.
Yeah.
And then in 2020, it'll be the entire set of 3.
I can't foresee what's going to happen in 20, I don't in 2 years. I don't have 2020 vision.
Yeah. No, fair enough. All right. And the jokes just keep getting better.
Thanks, Dad, for the dad.
Thanks for playing along at home. That's awesome. So we had some milestones. We had at least one story in here.
Yep.
We'll probably see if we can collect a few more as the night goes on. Everybody's having a really good time socializing. I'm sure there's going to be some prize draws a little bit later, as Chris from Landsharks was saying.
Definitely. And
Yeah, what's up, man?
as a special thank you for everyone who's attending, we are handing out our very special Caching in the Northwest Bigfoot half tag. This is a highly coveted item in the geocaching community. So Caching in the Northwest, this is actually a representation of Bigfoot stealing the 8-cache.
Now you know the rest of the story.
Thank you, Paul.
And that's the way I heard it.
So I just saw a message pop up on the screen from one of our live viewers saying that they're having a little bit of trouble hearing the audio, and so sorry that that's the case for you guys. Stick with us. Appreciate your patience. We are the recording. We're doing a digital recording that will be downloadable for the podcast later. It'll have significantly better audio. So obviously we're not using our normal setup that we have in our studio. So appreciate your patience. I really appreciate you guys hanging in there and watching the podcast live. But of course, as we said, you'll be able to download this very special episode and listen to the audio. It'll be much easier to do.
And there's more downloads that they can get.
Yes,
Did you know this? Go on over to cashingandw.com, hit the Patreon link. Now, you don't have to sign up to become a patron, but on that Patreon link, you can get beautiful wallpapers for your phone. I'm bringing mine up right now. Look at that. Beautiful Christmas wallpapers that change every month. It's got a calendar on there. Actually, it's quite handy.
Yeah, nice.
And so that's going to change every month. You can go grab one of those. Gives you an opportunity to rep some Cashing in the Northwest logo.
I also
right
want
there on your phone.
to, I also want to shout out that those photos are ones that we take.
Yes.
So it's not just like stock photos
They're not
off
stock
the internet. It's photos that one of the three of us has taken that will be rotating in there every month.
Or others.
Or yeah, other listeners.
I've seen others saying like, can I use that photo? Oh, sure, yeah. So
That's cool.
So speaking of Ihan,
Okay.
he's got a photo that's coming up in the near future. I'm not going to tell you when or where, but there it is.
It's a surprise.
Yes, it is.
Awesome.
Surprise.
All right. So what else do we want to cover off in this special episode?
Well, it's just so special.
It is special. You're very special.
Oh, thank you. I rode the short ferry over here.
Did you? I bet it felt like you rode the short ferry.
Oh, the ferry ride was fun.
Chuck just came in. Chuck just came in. I got to see. I need to have Chuck on the podcast. Thank you, Tracy. So, if you guys have watched my latest video on YouTube and you saw the video in Riga, Latvia, you would have noticed we had a special guest on that video, and that special guest was Chuck. And Chuck just came into the event. Hey, Chuck, how's it going? I'm going to use my mad puppeting skills again. All right. Hey, Chuck, how you doing? So there's Chuck. He is in the podcast. He's joining us live, and Chuck has something to say. He's going to share it with us right now. And then that's what Chuck has to share. Thank you, Tracy.
I couldn't have said it any better.
About sums it up.
So, Chuck the travel bug has some serious miles on him.
Chuck has some serious. Well, Chuck just came back from Cuba, I believe, right? Yeah, there you go. Got the nod of the head. Chuck, and he's got something new from Cuba. Ah, there you go.
Loving Castro. Doesn't seem quite right, but okay.
Actually, that's Shay.
Oh, is it Shay? Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Shay's pretty big in Cuba. Anyway, so that's very cool. Thank you. It's good to see you. So we've got all kinds of people here. We've got Kev MacD in his holiday finest. We're getting him over here.
That is the coolest suit.
And yeah, just tons of people just hanging out, having a great time here at the Land Shark Store. You know, if you haven't been here at the Shark Store before, it is a super cool place to hang out. So you come in the front doors, and you know what, actually, there is, the Land Sharks are putting together a video of this event tonight that's going to have a little bit of us in it, but it's also going to just be a great YouTube video to show the store and their office and everything, so definitely check out that Land Sharks video.
I'll do my best to link to it.
Okay.
I'll have to find it first.
Yeah, it'll probably take a few days before it's posted.
Sure.
But
Okay.
you know, if you're watching this or you're listening to the audio, make sure you check out Land Shark's YouTube channel as well because there's some great stuff. Hey, speaking of Chris's, we've got two Chris's here right now.
Now we've got the Chris
now
crew.
we've got the Chris thing going on. So I'm got 3 Chris's here. Well, we've got the 2 other Chris's. We're gonna hand some mics over.
We're going to try to hand some mics over. Are you
Okay. Wow. I am tying myself in the knots in the hurry.
How did you do that?
I have no idea how I did.
That's really well done.
So, Chris Brew, MC3 Cats, my favorite geocaching rapper.
That's me. No, I don't do any raps, unfortunately.
Right.
Well, now's the time. Let's go ahead and break one.
Awesome.
No, it'd be gift wrapping time. That's really what it is.
You get up.
I thought Chris was talking here. This is a all Chris all the time show.
We just taken over the show, I think. Yeah, well, just the Chris.
We're going to change this to the Chris show now?
Yeah. Chris's of the Northwest. Oh, there you go.
Just in time for Christmas.
Just in time.
That's right.
Oh,
What more could you want for Christmas?
Speaking of Christmas, okay, you've got to tell a quick story about Google Home. Speaking of Christmas.
Oh, good grief. So I have a playlist called Chris's Playlist, as one named Chris would. And we were playing a game last night, having a company sips of scotch. And so I told our Google Home to play Chris's Playlist. Well, we had it playing a bunch of Christmas music, and I was kind of fed up with all the sloppy Christmas songs. So I wanted to play my playlist. So I said, hey Google, play Chris's Playlist. And what does it do? It plays Christmas Playlist. And I was like, oh no. So of course Jay is telling me to enunciate, and it's actually very difficult to enunciate Chris's playlist from Christmas playlist. But we managed to do it, and Google finally played my playlist, which was good.
I think the funniest part was how many turns he had to take at it before it stopped playing Christmas music and said, oh, okay, playing Chris's playlist. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, there was almost getting to the point of frustration.
That's awesome. So we've also, thank you very much. We've also got Chris Brew, who is MC3 Cats from the Washington State Geocaching.
South of the 49.
So thanks for coming up here for the event, and remind us what you do with the WSGA.
I am the president of the Washington State Geocaching Association for the next year, maybe longer, who knows. So of course I'm out to spread good cheer and will at the WSGA, and we try to go to events, even though we're not technically in the United States anymore, but still want to come up and get some events.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
So have you been to Victoria before?
It's been probably 10, 15 years.
Have you geocached in Victoria before?
Never. Until today.
All right. So a milestone day for you.
It is. Exactly. Awesome.
What do you think of geocaching in Victoria so far?
We have to tell them a story about the Parliament building.
Oh, I think the guys already did that.
They already did.
Everybody we've met in Victoria knows about geocaching.
Yeah, I will have to say that was good. Oh, the cache is right over there. Thanks. Did it look like I needed the help? I guess I'll take it.
Yeah. It was probably me. I usually look like I need the help.
Maybe that's it. It's caching with you guys. That must be it.
You have to lower your expectations. It's kind of like a handicap in golf.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
It's just we're Canadians. We want to help out. You look like, hey, you don't look like you're from around here. Let's see if we can help you out.
It must be the hat.
Maybe that's it. It's got to be it.
Like look around at our American friends.
What are you trying to say?
We're a little different.
Well, Chris is definitely more festive.
There you go. Awesome.
Look, there's other Canadians
That's
with
true.
the same hat, so I'm actually fitting in. From what I see, the sampling here.
Good point.
We do wear hats up here, and you're welcome to wear your hat.
Great. Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, but
So Chris, MC3 Cats, you guys came on the ferry. How was the ride?
yes, choppy to put it mildly. If you were the person that would get seasick, that would not have been the ride for you. A lot of back and forth, but it was a lot of fun. Survived. No one lost their cookies on this trip.
No. I mean, I have to admit it was entertaining to watch the people as they walked around the ship.
Yes.
Somebody's getting up. Let's watch them. And they sway back and forth.
The lady carrying the child was a little scary.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that was-
I don't
yeah.
want to watch this.
I assumed the child was sleeping. It looked that way. Perhaps the child was sick. I couldn't tell. And I'm thinking, oh boy,
We had a good view of that.
disaster
And
waiting to
we were waiting for the epic failure to happen. And thankfully, she got into the seat just at the right time.
But that was one, yeah.
So switching gears a little bit, I want to ask Chris from Landshark. So in case people didn't catch it earlier on, Chris, you did the introduction for all of us here. Can you give just a quick summary for our listeners of what's going on here?
Yeah, so every year we host a sort of a little Christmas get-together, geocaching event, and we have some cookies, and a little bit of eggnog, and if you wanted to spike it, well, you could, I guess. there's the ability to do that here. And it's just open to the community, kind of a thank you, a bit of a give back. And so this is the first time we've done it in this location, though, because we were across the road for the last 3 years, and they kind of sold our space out from under us, and we managed to come over here back last April and set up a new place, which actually is wonderful because we're now south facing, so we have nice bright spaces as you can see, and it's really nice layout, and it's great for hosting things like this too, because it's just it's a lot of fun. So we enjoy doing this every year, and the community enjoys it. And there you go.
So, Chris, you were able to answer the burning question: why did the Landshark cross the road?
That's right.
Okay.
Because you got evicted.
I hate it when that happens. All right, so we're talking about the store here just a little bit. If folks if they haven't had the opportunity to come here and visit the store, maybe quickly just run down when the store is open, and if somebody did come, do they have the ability to sort of get a little bit of a tour, walk around and see all this stuff, or is it just kind of just the store?
Yeah, like for example, we're here on Sunday, but people should not plan to come here on Sunday, correct?
Yeah, don't normally come here. Shouldn't normally come here on a Sunday because you'll be treated with a locked door. We are open 6 days a week, 9:30 to 5:30, and we have, of course, an online store which is open 7 days a week, 24/7. And we do, because we're open 6 days a week, we've got 6 staff here altogether, so we're able to ship orders out promptly and that kind of thing. We're located in Esquimalt, which is a community next to Victoria, part of the Greater Victoria area. So 1244 Esquimalt Road, just up from the Navy base here on the southwestern British Columbia on Vancouver Island. And what else did you want to ask?
If somebody does show up, and so if somebody does come and visit during the hours you're open, is it just sort of like just exclusive to the storefront, or did they have the ability to see some of this back area where we are right now?
Normally it's just the storefront, but as you can see, we don't really have a door between our back area here and the store. So if somebody wanted to just, we're happy to interact with people as they come in. Normally it's just our group that's back here. We do a lot of graphic design, we do a lot of coin design, we actually do signs for BC Parks and Parks Canada and stuff as well. Essentially we're a graphics company that specializes in coins, signs, and geocaching here. And the storefront, of course, as you see, is geocaching. So when you come in the store, yeah, you're welcome to interact with us, and if you've got some questions, we're happy to show you around a little bit, but typically it's mostly the storefront when you come in and talk with us. So yeah, this is a bit of an unusual thing, is to open up the back here just to let everybody sort of free wander around. Usually it's just that.
There's some really nice examples of some of the signs back there. I was looking at it. Really interesting. Well done. Graphics.
Yeah, thanks very much. We've been actually doing signs longer than anything else, so almost 30 years, probably over 30 years now. So our signs are mapping all over British Columbia. We just got a huge contract with BC Parks and Parks Canada, for example. Delivering it by the end of March. So that keeps us, that coins, geocaching stuff, all keep us just hopping here.
And you guys actually love geocaching as well.
Well, we try and fit it in here and there. We do more geocaching mostly when we're on holiday in other places than when we're here, because when we're here we're just, yeah, we definitely try and get out.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you, Chris and Chris. Thank you for hosting. Thank you for traveling all the way up here and bringing my co-hosts.
Of course. I'd hate to see them get stranded on the other side.
That's awesome. All right, thank you very much, you guys. Appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks.
All right, so where are we at, guys? How are we doing here?
We're at the Shark Store.
We're in Victoria. Okay.
In Esquimalt, if you want to be.
Esquimalt.
Which one are we keeping?
Esquimalt.
exactly. It's like Squim.
What was it?
Yeah.
Squim. We drove through Squim.
We did.
Did you to get here? Oh, because you had to take Port Angeles, right?
Does everybody have a ticket? We're gonna draw.
Oh, they're going to do some draws here. Ooh, that's exciting.
I'm not really good at sketching.
Ah, well, it's time to start
So
practicing.
if you're playing along at home and have your raffle ticket,
That's great. They're going to call the numbers out. You better get
If
here
you've
quick.
saved your raffle ticket from the last 4 or 5 events, pull them all out now and see if we've got any of the same numbers.
But must be present to win.
Exactly.
That's awesome. So they're going to go through that, do the draws. What do you figure? Is it just about time to wrap up the show? I mean, we've been going almost an hour.
Almost an hour. I mean, it goes so quick.
It does. It's a lot.
It really does.
It's awesome. So,
You know, I just wanted to mention before we get too far away here, you know, this is Christmas in the Northwest.
it is.
And what else you associate with Christmas but Santa?
Okay.
And you know, I did read recently that there are 4 stages of life regarding Santa Claus.
Okay.
And there's the stage where you believe in Santa Claus. There's a stage where you don't believe in Santa Claus. There's a stage where you are Santa Claus. And then there's a stage where you look like Santa Claus. I'm somewhere between stages 3 and 4. Because I have had small children that been Santa Claus. And more recently, I have played Santa Claus for photo groups and whatnot. In fact, I worked an event in Tacoma a couple weeks ago. And the event organizer, I had started my presentation on the projectors, multimedia presentation. I needed to just run relatively unattended for the next couple hours. And the event organizer came over and sat down and looked at me and she says, "How you doing? This stuff all kind of runs itself, right? You don't really need to be."
It sounds like a loaded
here,
question.
right?
Yeah.
I said, "What do you need?" "Santa didn't show."
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so I had to go and put on the Santa suit and go sit down in the lobby at the festival.
Seriously, that's awesome.
And it was great. It was fun for the kids. But I have a special connection with Santa. In fact, I told Santa that I was coming to meet both my co-hosts in person. He goes, "Oh, I have their gifts. Why don't you take them with you to a swim hotel?"
Oh,
So,
wow.
What?
yeah, so Santa sent these along special just for you two.
So if you're listening at home, Santa has sent for Chris in the Northwest and Land Monkey bags of coal.
Our own bags of coal. Well, I've earned my bag of coal this year.
You earn it every year, brother.
I'm unplugging your mic.
That's it.
Which one is
I'm
it
done. I'm
again?
off the podcast. It's been nice talking to you folks.
Oh, I like that. A bag of coal.
That's awesome. Thank you very much. That's
Yeah, thanks,
hilarious.
Santa. He sent.
Okay, well, thanks, Santa.
Back in the days of St. Nick and such, a bag of coal would actually be very useful.
Good. I
Yeah,
don't
well-
suggest you try to burn this to stay warm, however.
You know what? I've thought about that in the past, that the whole concept of giving a bag of coal, because it was actually in oldie times something quite practical.
Right.
So it's like, is it really a punishment? I guess it's not a toy. So
It's like paying $20 on your electric bill.
taking a notch off it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Here's some.
Okay, maybe not quite. Maybe
Not quite.
more, maybe less. I don't know.
Good job, Bob made this.
Very cool.
We did?
Wow.
Bob made this. It's
That's
3D
a 3D
printed.
print.
Yeah, 3D printed.
Cash.
Those are really good ones.
Yeah.
So Helen at the Land Sharks has shown us some of the stuff that they're going to be giving out here very shortly as prizes. We got a whole bunch of cool trackables, all kinds of cool stuff going on. So you can't have our bag of coal though. That's from Santa.
Santa himself gave this
Oh my gosh.
to Wits End to bring to us.
Oh, that's perfect. Wow.
I thought that was hilarious. That's awesome. But yeah, so that'll be great. So the draws are going to start shortly, and I guess we're just about ready to wrap up the podcast.
I think so,
here.
because the draws are not as exciting in a
to
recorded
listen to.
environment
Yeah.
as they are in person. So
All right, so why don't we wrap up the podcast, and then that'll be the opportunity for the draw to happen and all that kind of stuff. Of course, we want to take a moment to thank the Land Sharks. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you for coming out here. Thank you for coming out.
They are our corporate Denali level sponsors. Land Sharks is the outdoor adventure geocaching store. Check them out online, or be cool like us and go in person to the Mortar and Brick store here in Victoria, British Columbia. They are open 6 days a week, as Crystal Land Sharks told us just a few moments ago. And
if you're cool enough, you can come here on Sunday as well.
yeah, well,
You have
that's
to be pretty cool.
You have to be pretty cool.
It's pretty exclusive.
You basically have to come with the land.
That's right. Yeah. But they do ship orders online every day. So, check out Land Sharks. We appreciate their support and their patronage. It really helps make this podcast possible. And special preview. There's going to be a new contest coming up really soon with the Land Shark. So listen to the next episode of the podcast, and you will hear about the new contest.
That's right. That's normally Thursdays at 9 in the evening. Stop on by, watch us live, because that interaction on the chat is a lot of fun.
That's right. Now, we also, okay. We also want to thank our faithful Denali level supporters, Bounce Bounce, Team Squirrel, NIMAX, and GoldCaching.com. If you want to know more about supporting the show, click that Patreon link. But at this point in the show, I usually read out the names, trying to in one breath read out the names of all of our patrons and just get through them all. I want to appreciate the time with the people who are listening, but I also want to appreciate the patrons. So we make a balance in there. But we want to do something a little bit different today.
What is this?
Well, this is our Christmas special, right?
Yes, it is.
This episode, and we're here at a Christmas party celebrating geocachers. So I thought, in celebration of our patrons, that we could maybe split this up a little bit, guys, and we could do a little three-way shout-out to all of our patrons.
Okay.
You guys ready to...
A bit of a round robin?
A bit of a round robin. You guys ready for this? Do you want me to start?
You start.
All right. On the first day of Christmas, I was thankful for Broncos fan for life. Blah, blah.
On the second day of Christmas, I was thankful for... I can't quite read for Sprouter and for Camp Clam.
There you go.
First day of Christmas, I was thankful for Take Magnet, Kev MacD, and everybody else that's been mentioned already.
On the fourth day of Christmas, I was thankful for Subway Mark.
And all the rest of the people.
And all the rest of the people before that.
Because the song's too long if we sing them all individually.
That's right.
On the fifth day of Christmas, I was thankful for Dora Moore and Doom Buddy and 5 golden rings.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
On the sixth day of Christmas, I was thankful for Kid Vegas 19 and Geonat Promise.
On the seventh day of Christmas, I was thankful for Rhino, Seattle, Acker, Doc, and Billy Robson.
That actually worked, didn't it?
Yeah, eventually it was going to work out.
On the 8th day of Christmas, I was thankful for Jeannie San Antaeus. How many syllables in Antaeus?
We apologize for everybody having to listen to this, but we're having fun.
This is why I don't sing.
The 9th day of Christmas, I was thankful for Squeaks 94 and Curiosity Girl.
On the 10th day of Christmas, I was thankful for Drexer Zero and my favorite Christmas geocaching rapper, MC3 Cats.
On the 11th day of Christmas, I was thankful for Canobar.
Nicely done. There you go.
Canobar.
On the 12th day of Christmas,
I was thankful for our corporate and all its sponsors and wonderful hosts for today, Land Sharks. Hey, that was almost good.
Almost good. It was really all we can hope for.
If we had practiced that, that would have been something.
All right, well, we hope you had some fun with that, you guys. Until next week, where can people find you, Wits End?
Well, I'll be back in Tacoma.
Okay.
But you can find me online at Wits End at geocaching.com, Twitter, Facebook, Twitter. How about you?
So for me, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope at LandMonkeyGC. Look for this logo. There you go. That's the one. And definitely check us out on YouTube. It's LANMONKEY, Land Monkey on YouTube. And you will definitely enjoy our 10th and final episode of Season 1 of our geocaching adventures across the Baltic with the Land Sharks and other special guests on those episodes. And we're getting ready to start Season 2. So join us. You'll have fun and enjoy it so much. Chris of the Northwest, where do people find
you? Are so well seasoned. You have Season 1 and Season 2. Look for me on Twitter, Facebook, look for Caching NW, Instagram, Caching in the Northwest, of course, Chris of the Northwest on geocaching.com. Or you just head on over to cachingnw.com/hosts, find all those links that we just mentioned, and some more that we keep hidden so that you have to go there to find.
All right, until Thursday night, not next Sunday. We want to thank everybody for listening to this strange, different, live version of Cashing in the Northwest. Episode 21. You know, you can be part of the show. You really can. Maybe not here live at the Langshark store because we're not always here. But you could call in 253-693-TFTC. Leave us a question. Ask us a question. Leave us a comment. Do any of those things. Tell us what you'd like for Christmas. It won't do you any good, but you can tell us. And we might come up with some great gift ideas.
Chris in the Northwest looks like Santa.
Of course, you can also email feedback@cashingandnw.com. Your support helps to keep all these shows coming. If you like the show, head over to cashingandw.com and click the Patreon link, which please we appreciate it very much. You can also subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, any of your favorite podcast applications. This show is produced by Chris Project Unity and hosted by Chris J. and it's licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, copyright 2018, like this something like that. Now stay tuned. Are we going to stay tuned? No. We're signing off.
No, you know what? We're going to do something a little different. There is no after show.
There's no after show.
If you want the after show, you got to come to the Landshark store.
That's right.
This is the after show.
The after show is live today.
This is all after show.
In person live. Yeah. And if you're watching me, the microphone cord is changing the depth of field and I'm really fuzzy. But that's okay. It's kind of special. There we are. Look at that. Thanks for watching, folks. We appreciate you being here.
Until next Thursday.
That's right.
Get out and get cashing in the Northwest.